श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शुत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद शुतर शुत शिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद अशुतर शुत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु विष्णुपाद अशुतर शुत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु महाभगवत श्री गोरक्षदास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। नित्यालप विश्व श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्यालप विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौरी गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास गुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल कोरमंडल ब्रजमंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व विश्व विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Right. Okay, we'll do a short Mangala Charan and then begin. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangscha Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayaniti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Keshava Bhinna Rupine Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Bhinna Rupine Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Vamaniti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Acharya Singha Rupine Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine. Namo Gorkishoraya Shakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Surupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestang Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindayai Tulsi Devai Priyayai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Nre Hari Prabhu and Pavatarani Mataji, Deepika Gupta, Nitai Mukesh ji, and all the devotees watching on YouTube and Facebook. I'm guessing Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji are there. And also pranams of the devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Krishna Vallabha Didi, Ananda Pradayani Didi, Vrinda Didi, Anuradha Mataji, and everybody else. So we're continuing what we did yesterday, going through the new songs in the upcoming Gauḍīya Gīti-guccha. Yesterday we only made it to Vaishnavas, and today I'm going to have to do a bit of a short reading because there is a bus of devotees coming from Vrindavan right now. I think many people came from Jaipur. There's going to be a huge festival at this very place where I live now, Kunjukuti. We have Thakurji that was installed by my Gurudev, Shri Gaur Radha Vinod Bihari, and some Grihastha devotees had them, and they gave that Thakurji to us, to our place here. So we're having a welcoming festival here. And devotees already left Vrindavan, so they should probably be here, I don't know, less than an hour from now. And I have a lot to do before my room's a total mess and things like that. So I need to end a little bit early so that I can prepare a little bit. And and that's why I'm not sure if you noticed, but during the Jayadvani and the Mangalacharana, my mind was a bit distracted. I kept on messing up and stuff because I was thinking about a bunch of things. I haven't even chanted any rounds yet today, so my mind is a bit scattered. Won't be able to be as deeply absorbed as, I won't be as absorbed as I was yesterday probably. Well, let's see how it goes. But anyhow, okay, so yesterday we went through, also, if you aren't on my mailing list, then if you'd like to see about our Bhaktivinoda Thakur Giti Dhara program, you can see it on my website. I just made a post about it with all the details. You can just go to vineofdevotion.com. Here, I'll just show you on this screen here. What is it? Vineofdevotion.com. And you'll see this post I made here last night about our 5-week journey through the songs of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And I go through and explain all the details. The goal, the plan, the system, and how to join and all that. So, you can check that out there. And I'll be sending out, right the day before we start, I'll send out more details So if you want to receive that, you could subscribe there. All right, so let's begin. Where is it? Actually, I want to put this on the side so I can see if anybody writes comment. Yeah, and throughout this program, if anybody has any questions or comments or anything they'd want me to look at or anything, feel free to just jump in, and I'll be looking at the comments on YouTube and Facebook, and also here on Zoom throughout the whole thing. So, all right, let's go through. We made it up to the 6 Goswamis, so we'll start there. Oh, and I never showed the cover, did I? You want to see the cover? Let me just find it here. Yeah, the cover is beautiful. I'm really happy with it. It's Neela did a color version. Let's see if I can find it though. There it is. Huh. There it is. Okay. Let me just open it up like this here. Look at this. So that's the front cover. That's the back. Here's the whole thing together. Isn't that such a nice cover? I'm really happy with it. I just really like the colors. We don't have any other GDP books with these kind of colors. And I put this quote on the back from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song, Shri Krishna Kirtani Jadi Manasatohar, Danya Daya Anyaman Pratishta Varjan, Chari Gune Guni Hoy Koro Ho Kirtan. Endowed with the 4 virtues of humility, compassion, respect for others, and freedom from the desire for recognition, perform kirtan of the Lord. All right. So, where did we make it up to? All right, here. Actually, let's put it on continuous. Actually, there. All right. So here is the 6 Goswamis. The 6 Goswamis. Obeisances to the 6 Goswamis. And as you know, at the beginning of each chapter, there's a table of contents. So begins with obeisances to the 6 Goswamis, the Shraddha Goswami Ashtak, and then these songs that we're familiar with, Shunyachi Sarumuke, Vishaya Vasana Rupa, Yankali Rupa, Shri Natharata. And then there's this new song also written by Madho Das, which is in the same meter as Yankali Rupa, Shri Natharata, called Jaya Jaya Rupa Maharasa Sagara. That'll be a nice one. And then Shri Rupa Manjari Pada and Hari Hari Kabimor Hoi Be Sudin. So these are there's a pranam mantra for the 6 Goswamis. Shri Rupam Sagrajam Vande Raghunatha Kripamayam Shri Jivam Bhatayugam Cha Sajjana Sukkadayakam. And then Esham Saha Snigdhanam Padarenum Abhikshnasa Sarva Vigna Vinashaya Shirasa Dharamyaham. I've never heard these pranam mantras before, but they are in the Bengali Gauḍīya Gīti-guccha. So, and then the famous one for Srila Sanatana Goswami, and the 2 famous ones by Srila Rupa Goswami. And then there's this very neat pranam mantra for Rupa Raghunath. Rupeti nama vadabho rasane sadatvam Rupam cha sangsmaramana karuna sarupam Rupam namaskaru shira sadayavalokam Tasyadvatiya satanum Raghunatha dasam. O tongue, always chant the name Shri Rupa. O mind, remember Shri Rupa, the embodiment of compassion. O head, bow to Shri Rupa, whose glance distributes mercy. In the same way, chant, remember, and bow to Shri Rupa's non-different form, Shri Raghunath Das. This is from the Sadhana Dipika and quoted in Bhakti Ratnakar. Yeah, really nice Pranamacha. And then to Jiva Goswami, we went through this verse the other day, and it's such an easy verse to remember, because it says Śrī Rupa Charana Dvandva, the 2 feet of Śrī Rupa Raginam. He has a rag, he has this deep attachment and devotion for Srila Rupa Goswami's 2 feet. So that's very simple, right? Śrī Rupa Charana Dvandva Raginam and Vrajavasinam. And he is a resident of Vraj. Shri Jivam, that Jiva Goswami Satatam Vande, I worship Satatam perpetually. Mandeshu, we know the word manda, right? Manda means ignorance, foolish, and mandeshu means, of the ignorant people. No. Anyways. And then Anandadayanam. So, that means he brings joy to the foolish. How does he bring joy to the foolish? Because he gives all his illuminations on the absolute, all his writings. He is our Siddhanta. He is the one who established our Gaudiya Siddhanta completely. And so he gives delight to those who are ignorant. Okay. Now, obeisances to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And actually, when is Gopal Bhatta Goswami's day? Isn't it coming up soon? Let me just look at the calendar. Oh, thought it was what's coming. Anyways, doesn't matter. And then Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami from Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Śrī Raghunath Bhattashtakam. And then we have the Śrāda Goswami Ashtakam. And at the end of this Śrāda Goswami Ashtakam, there's a benediction verse, like the Falshruti verse, which I never knew about before. But it says, whoever faithfully recites even once this excellent and charming hymn, carefully composed by Sri Srinivas, swiftly severs the bonds of reactionary involvement with objects of the senses and attains the feet of the son of Nanda, which are the abodes of divine ecstasy. So it's the benediction verse. And then, Shunyachi Sarumukhe Vishayavasana Rupa, we all know these songs. And Yankali Rupa Sharira Natharata, we changed this second verse. And who else could drink, like a swan, separating milk from water? And then we give this footnote. Srila Gurudeva would explain that just as a swan can extract milk from a mixture of milk and water, similarly, Srila Rupa Goswami discerns the difference between pure bhakti and mixed forms of bhakti, such as Arop Siddha, Sangha Siddha, Karma Mishra, Jnana Mishra, and Yoga Mishra bhakti. He also differentiated Vaidhi bhakti from Raganuga bhakti. He revealed all this in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So that was from a class I had listened to an audio. A friend of mine sent me an audio of Srila Gurudev mentioning this point in front of Rupa Goswami Samadhi. So we added that there. And now this is a new song. Jai Jai Rupa Maharasa Sagara. All glories to Sri Rupa, the ocean of supreme ras. His darshan, touch, and words are life-giving nectar, pots brimming with bliss from that ocean of supreme ras, right? Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He is extremely grave, serene, compassionate, and a mine of pure bhakti. Although he revealed the priceless jewel of Ujjvala Prem in the land of Goda, he is supremely renounced. So he revealed, even though he has this priceless jewel, he is supremely renounced. He is adorned with all divine virtues, is the delight of the learned, and his hometown is Vrindavan. Madhu has heard praises and the immaculate glories of Sri Rupa, and they have remained forever awakened in his heart. So that's another short version of this this one's only 3 verses. The other song is 5 verses. So if you ever, and it's the same meter. So this might become a thing now. People might start singing this on Rupa Goswami's disappearance day and appearance day as well. And then Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. And here's an example. Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. And then, okay, we are familiar with this song. Oh, and somebody was mentioning, and Indira Mataji was mentioning yesterday, she was asking about, it says payar at the bottom of the page in syllables 8-6. So, yeah, that's the meter of, Bengali songs have 3 main meters. There are other meters, and I give the meters for everything at the bottom of the page, all the Bengali and Sanskrit things. But they're much easier than Sanskrit meters because there isn't any difference between long and short syllables. So I just give the syllable count. But there are 3 main ones. One is payar, the other is lagu tripadi, and the other is dirga tripadi. So when you're looking through a song and you see it says payar on it, then you can know, okay, payar is the same as Gauranga Bolite Habe. Okay, that means that any melody that I sing for Gauranga Bolite Habe, I can sing for this song as well. And same thing goes with Lagu Tripadi. You'll see that's the meter for Gurudev Kripabindu. And so then you see anywhere else in the book, you see at the bottom of the page, it says Lagu Tripadi. Then you're like, okay, all the melodies that I use for Gurudev Kripabindu, I can use that for this song. And so I think it will just make everything a lot more accessible. So this is a Panchatattva chapter. And there's a beautiful picture of Nityananda Prabhu. We don't have it. Neela did these illustrations a long time ago. She actually did it for the 2013 edition of the Gauḍīya Gīti-guccha, but then we ended up not using them then. And so I didn't have a picture of the Panchatattva, and she couldn't make one then. She was busy. And so I just thought Nityananda was going to represent the Panchatattva in this edition. Yeah. Anyways, the main songs that we sing in this chapter are the Nityananda songs. Like, in our every bhajan set, you always will sing a song to Nityananda Prabhu, so that's what people will be going to this chapter for, mainly, I think. But here's the contents for the Panchatattva. And remember when we read the introduction, I mentioned how, and Haribol Vidyalala Sadiri, Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj, and Mitra Vrinda Didi. Oh, Maharaj, if you are in, I forgot to invite you because I've just been so, not kind of jumping from one thing to the next, and I haven't been focused, but we're having a festival today here, and so I'm not sure if you're at Govindakund now, but if you are, then you are, sorry to make this public invitation to you, but yeah, you are invited to join. We're going to have a welcoming festival for our Thakurji here. It will start there'll be breakfast at 8:30, and then the kirtans will start at 9:15. And kirtans will start at 9 o'clock, and then Harikatha will start at 9:45. Tridandi Maharaj will also be coming, and Kishori Mohan Prabhu. Alright, so songs related to, in the introduction I mentioned there are so there are, I put songs that are not in this chapter. Like additional songs that you'll find in different parts of the book, but that could also be included in this chapter. Sometimes it's hard to categorize each song. Like, for example, there's a song, Niradharmagata Jana Vishalile. It's one of the Upadeshamrita songs, so it's in the Upadeshamrita chapter. But it is a song praying for the Vaishnavas. And so it could fit in the Vaishnav chapter. So for those instances, I'd put a section in the table of contents of songs related to Panchatattva, or songs related to Krishna, in other parts of this book. And so, yeah. So we have Srivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, and Gaur Nitai, and Gauranga with his associates. So, this is a new verse from Navadip Shatakam by Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur for the Panchatattva. O Vishwambar, you who are made of Maharas and who are the ocean of the treasure of Prem, O son of Padmavati, Nityananda, whose heart melts with compassion, and who are the best and only true friends of the fallen, O husband of Sita Thakurani, Advaita Acharya, O master of all moving and non-moving entities, who brought about the descent of Śrī Gauranga Dev, O cherished beloved of Śrī of Srivas Thakur and Gadadhar Pandit, Shri Gaur Hari, you are my only refuge, you are my only goal. And then you'll see at the bottom of the page, what is the meter for this? Shardula Vikridita. And if you go back to the Śrī Gauḍīya Ashtakam, you'll see that meter at the bottom of the page. It says Shardula Vikriditam. So now you can know, okay, this is the same meter as that. So we can sing it. Ha Vishvambara Ha Maharasamaya Premika Sampannite. Yeah. Okay. Srivas Thakur. And for each subchapter, so the chapter is Panchatattva, as you can see on the side page, and then for each subchapter, we put a thing on the side of the page like that, so that you can and each subchapter has an illustration for it. So here's an illustration of Srivas Thakur, and then, as you know, the beginning of each chapter and many subchapters have pranam mantras for that personality. So we have obeisances to Srivas Thakur. Pranamami Shri Vasam Tamadyam Panditam Buddha Shri Gauranga Kripa Patram Kirtananandamanasam. And we have the Srivas Ashtakam. And then the Bengali song for Srivas, Sapta Dvipa Dipta Kori. It's a beautiful song. And then we come to Gadadhar Pandit. And we have obeisances to Gadadhar Pandit, the Gadadhar Ashtak, and then this one's very neat, the Gaur Gadadhar Ashtak, written by the son of Advaita Acharya, who is a disciple of Gadadhar Pandit, Achyutananda. He wrote this beautiful song, the Gaur Gadadhar Ashtak. And then additional Gaur Gadadhar songs in this book. So, obeisances to Gadadhar Pandit, and the Gadadhar Ashtakam, and then the Gaur Gadadhar Ashtakam. Yeah, okay. Now, let's see. Advaita Acharya. There's Advaita Ashtak. Then Jaja. Oh, wait. I just noticed something. I write pranam mantras for Gadadhar Pandit here. Oh, I should remove this. Oh my god. Anyhow, doesn't matter. Okay. Today we're sending the songbooks to the printer, so any final changes I have to do today. It's funny how I always see, every time I've shown you this, I find something. It's kind of concerning, actually. Okay. So, the Advaita Ashtakam. And this is an interesting meter. It is Shalini, which I don't think there are any other songs in the Shalini meter. Or maybe there is one more. There is the Gopinath Ashtakam is in this meter. So I've never seen this before though. It's na 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 na. So you can figure out the meter just by looking at this. See, da 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 da, and then he pause, and then da 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 da. Da, da, da. So now let's figure this out. Ganga tire tatpayo bhistulasya patrai pushpai prema hunkara ghoshai prakatyartam gauramaradhayadya Shriladvaita charyam etang prapadye. So just by looking at this, you'll start to figure out how this works, the long and short syllables. When you look at songs that you're already familiar with, and then you compare it to this, then you'll start to get the hang of it, how this pattern thing works. All right, and now the Nityananda Prabhu songs, tons of Nityananda Prabhu songs, lots of new ones here also. What are the new ones? The new ones are this one, Dekho Nitai Chander Madhuri, and Are Bhai Nitai Amar Dayar Avadi. These songs Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj would sing a lot, and they're very beautiful. Yeah, all about the form of Nityananda. Yeah, the form of Nityananda Prabhu. And then after Rup comes Gun, right? Nam Rup Gun. And yeah, this one's new also. Gajendra Gamani Nitai. Oh, there's a diacritic missing here. No, I'm going to just mark that right now. Okay. So, and then additional songs related to Nityananda Prabhu, Nadia Godrume, Boro Suker Khabor Gai, and Nitai Ki Naam Enechere. Alright. So, we'll skip through this Nityananda section. Oh, actually, I'll show you these two new songs. These are really nice. Oh, something also very interesting. You know the Nityanandashtak? Usually, we attribute the Nityanandashtak to Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. That's what you see in most songbooks. That's what's written in the Bengali songbook, even. But then, recently, I gave a footnote here at the end. Like an end note, I mean. Although authorship of this song is traditionally attributed to either Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur or Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, a recently discovered 16th century manuscript suggests it was composed by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. And then the variations in the manuscript version are as follows, and then I give all the variations. So instead of Samagurna Netram, it says Sadagurna Netram. Instead of Rasanam, it says Samagurnam Netram instead of Sadagurna Netram. It says Rasanam Asaram, a shower of all rasas, in place of Rasanam Agaram, the abode of all rasas. And it says Viratan instead of Ratayan, shouting loudly instead of chanting. So I explain all the differences between them. And then the praise of Nityananda Prabhu from Chaitanya Bhagavat. This is at the end, towards the end of Chaitanya Bhagavat, when, actually, is this the last chapter or the second to last chapter? When Nityananda Prabhu comes back from his preaching with the Dwadash Gopals, they're going all throughout, that's the funnest chapter of the entire Chaitanya Bhagavat for me. And then when Nityananda Prabhu arrives back from that preaching all around Bengal with the Dwadash Gopals, then Mahaprabhu himself sings the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. So this is Mahaprabhu's glorification of Nityananda. Very beautiful song. Talking all about his ornaments, and yeah, it's very beautiful. 1 second, just seeing. Oh, thanks, Indira Mataji. I just noticed you gave me a correction that is very helpful. I'll check that out later. This might be the last corrections that go to the book. We're actually supposed to send it this morning, and then I said, actually, let me just have one quick look through before we send it off. So, but yeah, we'll be sending it today. So, yeah, if anybody else sees anything. Rukmini Didi, I didn't even notice you there before. Haribol. Okay. Okay, so these are the new songs. One is by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Are bhai, Nitai Amar Dayar Avadi. Oh, brothers, my Nitai embodies the ultimate limit of mercy. Overflowing with compassion for the living beings, he wanders from one place to another, incessantly begging them to accept the treasure of prem. As he engages in banter with Śrī Advaita Acharya, he loses control over his bodily movements, as that form is composed of Gaur Prem. We know many pastimes in Chaitanya Bhagavat of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, their loving quarrels. Staggering forward, arms raised, he calls out the names of Hari as tears cascade from his two eyes. Radiant tilak decorates his forehead, and his curling locks sway gracefully. Bound around his top knot is a necklace of gunja berries. His waist, surpassing that of a lion, is adorned with a blue dhoti. Ankle bells tinkle on his reddish lotus feet. His enchanting appearance captivates the entire world and inundates all lands. Submerged in ras, he roars in joyous laughter. My Nityananda Prabhu is indeed the sole source of all divine bliss. Thus, Vrindavan Das sings his glories. And the song before that, by Lochan Das Thakur, also describes the beautiful form of Nityananda Prabhu. Just behold the sweetness of the moon-like Nitai. The heroic relation covering his body resembles the stamen of a kadamba flower. Raising his arms, he calls out, Hari, Hari. The abode of his lotus. I had such a difficult time with this translation here. anyways, actually, I'm curious what you think of my translation of Rukmini Didi. But the abode of his lotus face defeats the beauty of millions of cupids. How has providence created such a face? Sena vidi kise niramilo. Has it turned the ocean of beauty, scooped out the moon, and crafted his face from nectar? So, yeah, I don't know. That's Matya Lavanya Sindhu, Tahe Ningariya Indu, Sudha Diya Mukhani Garilo. Actually, I think I had a different translation before, and then Srivas didn't agree with it, and then I went with what Srivas said. Anyhow, his eyes resemble fresh lotus petals, and his pupils are like bumblebees or birds submerged in the flower pollen and the flower nectar of prem. Whoever saw that beauty realized it to be clouds of ras. The entire earth floated in the bliss of prem. He who previously reveled in the land of Raj in Nanda Maharaja's home as Mother Rohini's son, Balaram, is now Padmavati's son, Nityananda Avadut. He is known as Savior of the universe, Bhuvana Pavana. Witnessing the degraded condition of the living entities, that Lord mercifully descended and made them chant the names of Gaur Hari. Having fallen into the shackles of material existence, the blind Lochan Das weeps, for he is unable to behold the sweetness of that form. Okay, and then Gajendra Kamani Nita, I have to look at the time. Okay, still have a few minutes. This is also by Devaki Nandan Das, who, as I mentioned yesterday, is Gopal Chapal. Okay, I'm going to just skip ahead though, because we need to get through this. I added in a lot of these two famous verses. This is the first verse of Chaitanya Bhagavat and the second verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and the third verse of Chaitanya Bhagavat written by Murari Gupta. Avatirna Sakarunyo. So there are a lot of new verses, new songs in this section. There's this from Chaitanya Bhagavat. This is a compilation. This is in the Bengali Gauḍīya Gīti-guccha, and it is a compilation of all these verses glorifying Gaur Nitai from different parts of Chaitanya Bhagavat. I give the references here. See, so Madhya 28, 189, Madhya da Adi Lila. It's just like, selection of all different verses everywhere. But yeah, very beautiful. And then there are a few things like that, like compilations of various verses from Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then this song by Krishnadas. There are, I think, I read this on Anushilanda.in. There are maybe 8 different authors with the name Krishnadas. So it's impossible to really tell which Krishnadas is which. So one of the 8 Krishnadasas wrote this song. I think that might have been the name that some authors, if they didn't want to give their name, then they just wrote the name Krishnadas. Maybe, that's just my guess. Some of them, I think, I was guessing. But yeah, these are really intense, actually. If I remember correctly, yeah. Yeah, I have absolutely nothing, no devotion for such a manifestation. Alas, my life is wicked. What happiness is there to live for? Among all the avatars that have appeared in this world, O brother, none have matched the manifestation of Nitai and Chaitanya. Neglecting the worship of the lotus feet of such lords, I have, with my own hands, raised poison to my lips and consumed it. The whole world was submerged in the nectar of Gaur Kirtan, but alas, my ill fate is such that I have not touched even a drop of it. Weeping, Krishnadas tears his hair out with his hands. Fie, fie on this unfortunate wretch. Why have I not just died? I didn't read the first couple verses. Anyways, I'm just jumping around here and there. And then also another very intense song by Srila Lochan Das Thakur. Wow. Even as blood flowed from the body of Nitai after being beaten, he implored Gaurachandra to bestow prem upon his aggressor, Madhai, thus delivering him. The three worlds became submerged in the nectar of Nam Prem. Only the servant Lochan has been deprived. And yeah, a lot of intense songs to Gaur Nitai. I mean, they are the ones to pray to, aren't they? when we're they are the saviors. They are the saviors of the fallen. So, O Chaitanya Nitai, be merciful to me now. There is no sinner like me in the three worlds. I am extremely wicked-minded and a slave to Maya. My body is wasting away as a result of all these sins. My sins are much more egregious than the immoral behavior of all malechas and fallen persons. You two brothers have delivered both Jagai and Madai, who are sinners, guilty of infinite sins. Lochandas says, why have you not been compassionate to this unfortunate soul? If you are not merciful, then who else is there? Kabe Habe Bolo Shedina Amar. This is one of my favorite songs. One of my all-time favorite songs. It's such a deep song. Yeah, it goes through everything. You'll see a theme throughout all of so many of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs. He's always talking about Nam and praying when I can chant the pure holy name. But for that to happen, then he goes through the third verse of Shikshashtakam, the fourth verse of Shikshashtakam, and the fifth verse of Shikshashtakam, like the essence of those verses. Praying though, not like anyways. And then at that stage, then you'll see yourself when will I be in Navadvip? In this stage, when I'm at the stage of Asakti, and because that's the fifth verse, right? And Nachya Gaya Bedaevo Chute, and dancing and singing, I'll completely forget about everything, all consideration of the outside world, but this will only be possible when Nityananda gives us mercy. So, Nityananda, when will you be merciful to me? And I don't have any ability to give up this material enjoyment on my own. I try and I fail every time. So when will Nityananda make me give up this material sense enjoyment? When will he free me from this? And Diyamor Inija, and then he'll give me the shade of his feet, like Śrī Guru. And Namer Hatite Diben Adhikar. And then I'll get in the Adhikar, the qualification to enter into the marketplace of the holy name by the mercy of Śrī Guru. And then when I'm in that marketplace, I'll beg, borrow, or steal the nectar of the holy name, this Harinam Ras, by which I'll become intoxicated and overwhelmed. Touching the feet of devotees who relish that ras, I will continuously drown in it. And then, when I'm drowning in this ras of Harinam, then he's praying, when will compassion for all living entities arise within me? Because really, that's when you'll have genuine compassion, when you see what these living entities, what they need. Like when you've tasted it yourself, then you'll see, oh my God, and these people are suffering, this is what they need. So then you'll feel this extreme compassion for all living entities. And forgetting my own happiness, and with a humble heart, this Bhakti Vinod will meekly wander about, propagating the sacred order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's Shri Agya Tahal. Goranga Bolite Habe. We translated these two last verses, made it more closer to the Bengali. And then this is actually, I don't know which is my all-time favorite song. It might be Kavi Have Bolo Shri Namama, or it might be this one, Kavi Have Hino Dashamor. This one is just okay. Even though I have to read it. It's so okay. When will such a condition be mine? When, giving up all material hopes and every kind of bondage, I cast aside this dreadful worldly life. I shall construct a small hut in Sri Navadvip Dham, which is non-different from Sri Vrindavan. Recognizing my relationship with Sri Shachinandan, I shall take shelter of his lotus feet. Sitting in a solitary place within a transcendental forest on the bank of the Jahnavi River, the Ganga, I shall continuously drink the nectar of Sri Krishna's name. Chanting the name of Gauranga, I shall call out, O Gaur Nitai, both you brothers are the friends of all fallen souls. I am the lowest of the low and very sinful, so please be an ocean of mercy to me. Weeping and weeping as I wander throughout the 16 kroshas, the 32 square miles of the Dham, on both of Jahnavi's banks, I shall, by some good fortune, behold a vision beneath a tree. It doesn't mention what that vision is, but I'll behold a vision. Then, alas, O Manohar, O enchanter of my mind, what have I seen today? Saying this, I shall faint. After regaining consciousness, I shall weep in secret, remembering that drop of Shri Gauḍīya Nitai's mercy. And then this song, Ha Ha Kabe Gauḍīya Nitai. Anyways, these are songs that I've already in the Gauḍīya Gīti-guccha. But this is a very high song to Gauḍīya Nitai. When will the two brothers Gauḍīya Nitai bestow their abundant mercy upon this fallen person and show themselves to him? Then by the power of their mercy I shall see the transcendental splendor of Vraj and Navadvip. I shall behold the enchanting Ananda Sukara Kunj with greedy eyes. Then near to Ananda Sukara Kunj is Sri Lalita Kunj, surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of bejeweled sitting places where Shri Radha Krishna expand the incessant revelry of their pastimes. All of the Sakis are present there, assisting in the pastimes and experiencing the joy of rendering various kinds of seva. This maidservant is also there, running here and there to carry out her duties on the order of her Saki. Stringing a garland of malati flowers, I shall bring it and place it in the hands of my Saki. She will place it around the necks of Shri Radha Krishna, and I shall dance, filled with ecstasy. Oh, Gauḍīya Nitai, alas, Gauḍīya Nitai, when will you bestow your abundant mercy on this fallen person? And then Tanamor Nityananda, Nitai, yeah, okay, these are all songs that we're familiar with. And then we come to Gaur with his associates. Hey, this is not black, it's gray. Anyways. Okay, so there are a lot of new songs in this section as well, like a lot. What are the new ones? Well, Prana Gorachan More. Okay, this is what I was mentioning yesterday. Oh yeah, there's Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Mangala Charan for his commentary of Prem Bhakti Chandrika is to Mahaprabhu and his associates. Srivas found this one for me. And then there's the second verse of Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda, Madhya Kanda, and Antya Kanda. In all three parts, this is in the first chapter, this is the second verse. Namastrikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sapritaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namahan. So then I went through Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's commentary, and he explains what does Britya mean, servants, what does Putra mean, and what does Kalatra mean. And so I gave it's very interesting, his commentary here, that there's the from the viewpoint from Kalatra consorts, when you look at it from Vidhi or when you look at it from Ruchi. So from Vidhi, Kalatra, Mahaprabhu's consorts, refers to Vishnu Priya, who is Bhu Shakti, Lakshmi Priya, who is Shri Shakti, and Navadip Dham, which is Lila Shakti. Bhu, Shri, and Lila Shakti. That's from the viewpoint of Vidhi, or Archan. But then from the standpoint of Ruchi, inner taste, Kalatra refers to the intimate associates, such as the two Sri Gadadhars, Sri Narahari, Sri Jagadananda, Sri Vakreshwar, Sri Ramananda, and the six Goswamis who embody his internal moods. And the Britya, his servants, refers to Mahaprabhu's household disciples, and the Putra, the sons, refers to his renounced followers. So the Britya and Putra, those are the Grihastas and the renounced devotees, especially the Rupanuga Tridandis. Alright. So now this song Pran Gora Chandramur is by Devaki Nandan Das, who is Gopal Chapal, as I mentioned before, and this is part 2 of Vaishnava Vandana. As I mentioned before, there are 5 parts, and I give a link to it at the end of the song, I guess. Yeah, so on page 80 begins Devaki Nandan Das's Vaishnava Vandana, the first in a set of 5 songs glorifying 213 associates of Mahaprabhu. This song presented here is a second in that set. This one's very interesting song. Anyways, let's continue on because I only have a couple minutes left. Okay, Elo Gora Rasa Nadhi Arkatapai, that's a fun song. Okay, and then we have Jai Shachinandana Suramuni Vandana by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Śrī Gauḍīya Maharaj. I think this is a song that they sing. Do they sing this during Mangal Arati time or at midday? I can't remember, but it's one of the Arati songs sung in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Śrī Gauḍīya Maharaj. Beautiful song. Goes through all the associates of Mahaprabhu, and I really love this. It ends with, I worship the feet of all these personalities. When they bestow their mercy upon this lowly person, I shall develop bhakti for Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada and his associates. Okay, so this is a new songs. Jai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. I'm going to move a bit faster because we have 2 minutes left. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More. Okay, and then Jaya Re Mor Gauranga Rai. It's by Vangshi Das. At first I thought this was Vangshi Vadanananda Thakur, but then I think now it's a different Vangshi Das. But this song is actually mostly to Advaita Acharya. Anyways, that's and then this song by Radha Mohan Thakur, who we talked about yesterday. He was also the one who wrote Sake Kalaya Gora Mudaram. We have tons of songs by him in this songbook. And okay, Jayanila Premadana. Okay, this is an example in the songbook, all throughout the songbook, at many places. I give reference to songs, suggestions of what you can sing afterwards. So like after Jayanila Premadana, I say Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, page 110, is commonly sung before or after this kirtan, like on any disappearance day of one of our acharyas. Lots of times we'll sing Shri Rupa Manjari Pada and we'll sing this, Jayanila Premadana. And then there's another song like Jayanila Premadana by Srila Narottam Das Thakur called Gaurangir Sahachar. And this is a very intense song, but yeah, very similar to Jayanila Premadana, a longer version of it. Very intense though. I stayed by Srinivasacharya's side, and hearing his katha soothed my heart. He has left me, and Ramachandra has not come. In sorrow, my life feels restless and distressed. To whom can I express the pain in my heart? This wretched life is hopeless. Everything I eat and drink feels like poison, yet I do not die. Fai, and Narottam Das. All the verses are really like this. They have all vanished from our sight, leaving the three worlds empty. Everyone's eyes have become blind. To whom shall I speak of my sorrow? I will not show my wretched face. I merely stay here like a dead animal or bird. It's like the whole song is like so intense. So another version of Jayanila Premadana, which you can sing on. And these songs here, these are really neat songs by Srila Narottam Das Thakur, but they have everybody in them. So if you're ever short on time and you can't sing a song for each personality, then you could sing one of these songs. Like Hari Hari Vipale Janamo Goainu has Hari Nam Sankirtan, like so the glories of Nam, glories of Gaur Nitai, and Radha and Krishna, all in one song. So everything's covered. This one's a beautiful song. Poroshela Marame Rahilo. Yeah, this one is a very special song. Also this one, Hari Hari Ki, we'll finish after this. Hari Hari Ki Mor Karamagati Manda. Goes through, this is a famous verse from that song. This is because there aren't any pranam mantras to Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Well, we have a new one in the songbook, but this is what people usually say for Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Krishna Das Kaviraj Rasika Bhakata Maj Jeho Goilo Chaitanya Charita Gaur Govinda Lila Shunite Goloya Shila Tahate Na Hoilo Morshita. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is among those who are experts at relishing ras, and he has composed Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hearing his descriptions of Gaur's and Govinda's leelas, even stones melt, but my heart has not. like Gaur Govinda Lila, so Chaitanya Charitamrita and Govinda Lila Mrita, right? Okay, and then Hari Hari Kimor Karama Anurata. Alright, so we will end here. It's 8 o'clock. So we just made it through one chapter, but yeah, tomorrow I guess we'll go through the chapter for Śrī Gauranga. And maybe we can make it through a bit more next time. The Krishna chapter is very long though. By far it's the longest chapter in the book. But anyhow, we'll see how far we get. Alright, we'll end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Yeah, now we're not even actually getting even a glimpse of the songs, because with any of these songs, if you just spend some time with it, then you'll see, oh my God, there's so much in this. And then every time you return to it, and the more you think about it, and then even after thinking about it for a very long time, having the whole song memorized and like going over it year after, like singing it 100 times, then all of a sudden, wow, there's always more and more and more. Like they become more tasteful the more time you spend with them. And so right now we're just like jumping from one song to the next, looking at one verse here, looking at another verse there, but really every song is just so special. And it's like, this book is just too good to be true, really. It's just like it's like, yeah, so much. All right. Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Jai Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai, all of his transcendental songs Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Patadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpaturu Vyashta Kripa Sindhu Pyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams. Dear devotees, Nri Hari Babu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Rukmini Didi, Champak Mataji, Deepika Gupta, Nitai Mukeshji, Vidyalala Didi, Sajan, Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj, Mitra Brinda Didi, and Indira Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, all the other devotees watching like Shachi Devi, Jayadeva Prabhu, Krishna Vallabha Didi, Ananda Pradayani Didi, Vrinda Didi, Anuradha Mataji, who laid out the whole songbook, and all the other devotees, Dandavat Pranams. Oh, Rukmini Didi, just, I think you joined a little bit later, right? So I'm not sure, did you see the cover? I'll just show you the cover really quickly. There's the cover for the book. Isn't it beautiful?
No, I didn't see it. Thank you. Yes, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Yeah, and today is Christmas Day, which is kind of a neat day. We're going to be sending the songbook to the printers. The printers, they'll be able to start work, I guess, tomorrow. And so I'm just going to finalize. I'm going to look through everything, just breeze through it one more time. And then, yeah. And Anuradha will enter in the corrections. Maybe we'll send it tomorrow early morning. I don't know. Either today or tomorrow early morning. But yeah, we're now finally at the finish line. So, yeah. All right. Haribol, everybody. Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for joining. Vidyalala Sadidi says, thanks to the whole team behind the new Gīti-guccha. It's a wonderful work. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Thank you. All right, Haribol. All right, Dandavat Pranam. See you all tomorrow for more of this. Right, is there anything anybody wants to mention before I end? Okay.